Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm your host, Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing agents who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with me at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And hello to all my South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined by my lovely sidekick today, Tracy Grady. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
South Shore.
Good morning, anybody.
It's 8:09.
Yeah.
I know I say this every time I'm on now, but still getting into that 8 o'clock hour.
Still getting into the group, but we're starting the day off great for everybody, hopefully. Hopefully I'm going to give a laugh or two, because that's honestly all we do when we do the show. But in case anybody hasn't listened to you before, please reintroduce yourselves to all of our listeners today.
I am a full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect. My husband, Jim, and I work together as a team. We are the Grady team. We've been here for over 8 years now.
Yeah.
And so if you needed to reach me, you can reach me at 617-620-8484. And you can reach out to Jim at 617-842-4019.
Yeah, and you guys are doing a couple open houses this weekend, and we'll talk about those towards the end of the show. But yeah, I mean, I try to visit some of our agents at their open houses on the weekends, and I went to your open house recently. And first off, I knew it was new construction, but I didn't know the inside wasn't done.
There was no
I
insulation.
was like, you were outside with people. I was like, I'm gonna go inside. And I go, I am not going to be in here for very long. It was colder inside.
It was freezing that day.
It was freezing.
And it was such and I was just saying, if I don't see the sunshine pretty soon, I'm going to start to lose it.
It is winter, but
I know, but it can be sunny.
Yeah, it could be sunny. I know, and I said that Zoe was upset because she likes to lay in the sun, but I'm like, I can't, there's nothing I can do about this. I
got nothing for you. There's no sun out there. It's just been wet. And I was just saying that we have a puddle in our backyard that Edna seems to think is her pool.
Yeah.
And she just eyes it. I'm like, don't
you
even
dare.
think about, don't you go rolling in that golden retriever.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But yeah. So you've been with us for 8 years. You live in Hanover with your husband and Edna.
Yeah, I live with my husband and Edna. We have 2 kids. They're out of state. One's in D.C., the other's in Nashville. 2 great places to go visit.
Yeah.
I got my Tennessee T-shirt on today.
Oh, look at that.
10 EC.
Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee.
See, and you're a millennial. It's a millennial thing.
It's a millennial thing. Nice.
Yeah, I do get a lot of people that are like, what does that say? It took me a minute.
We are live on Facebook, too, so if you follow Boston Connect Real Estate or McNamara Horton Group, the Grady team will share it as well. I can see that Jim was watching.
Yep. Hi, Kenny.
Yeah, you can comment on our live if you want, or you can call into the studio, 781-837-4900. If you want to join in on a discussion.
About anything, really.
If you've heard our shows before, it's just sort of like, we don't have
you can tell them they're the only 10s you see.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Forget about it.
Got up early this morning.
Yes, I did.
He's all fired up. He's
sharp.
coffee.
Yeah. I got 3 hours on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
He had his Egg McMuffin. He's ready to go.
Oh, yeah, you're sharp today. Thanks.
you.
That was
Oh,
a
you're
good
welcome.
compliment.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, if you want to tell us that we're the only 10s you see, and if you see us on our live, you can tell that we're looking real great right now.
Looking all fired up.
Yeah, we're fired up right now.
That's nice.
But yeah, no, I didn't, and I think I said this live on air the last time you were with me. It's like you and I could do a show and not have any preparation.
Yeah.
We don't have anything whatsoever, and we'll just talk for an hour and be like, oh, okay, well, have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, okay. All right. Hope that was helpful. Hope we talked about something that was at least entertaining and
it's
helpful.
just like a whirlwind. But
Yes,
but yeah, we do have a topic today. So Sharon, Julia, and I had sat down, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, and sort of planned out our first quarter of the year for all of our shows. But we're still taking some suggestions as well. But what we had planned for today is to do or not to do. So home improvements, whether or not we feel they are beneficial to somebody who might be thinking about putting their house on the market, they're actively putting their house on the market, or even just a space to live in. If we feel like, in 5 to 10 years, you're going to get the return on investment, because we always sort of say, don't do anything too like drastic. Or crazy, or like very particular to your style if your plan is to sell soon, because you're not going to enjoy it.
You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to get, the idea of putting an addition on is something that you're going to live with and enjoy it for kind of like what we did.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in our house, but we're obviously thinking about, when the kids get married, moving down to Tennessee. But we did our kitchen over and deck and added a pool. We did all these things to the house, knowing down the line that we will sell it and it will benefit us. But we're also enjoying it for the next, 3 to 5 years. We're going to stay there.
Yeah.
So, and then hopefully that will benefit from. I'll get back to you on a radio show that tells you
in 3 to 5 years, we'll let you know if we're moving for any particular reason.
Any particular reason. Daughter, babies, anything of that. Anything like that. But we are totally enjoying our new kitchen. And so, that's the big question.
I know. It's beautiful.
Long game, short game. I always think of it as a short game if you want to sell your house, these are the things we'll talk about.
Well, what do you think that some are the most popular home improvements that someone would do?
I think it's always going to be kitchens and baths. Yeah. I mean, and it's still the truth. That's what sells houses. People, and I'm going to digress on this because I talked to Jim about it last night. We were talking about it, and he said, a lot of people don't want to do the work. They just want to move into a house. Yeah. And, if it's not new construction, then they want to move into a house where they don't have to do a lot of the work.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It wouldn't be nice. It's just kind of a little unrealistic in this day and age of the buyer market, because there are not a lot of homes on the market, number one. So it's still a seller's market. And if you're a buyer who's out there, I think realistically you have to know that your little elbow grease is going to go in. Yeah. I mean, you're the perfect example of that. You just bought. Yeah. And you did the things you wanted to do before you moved everything in there, which is paint and do your hardwood floors and things of that nature. Yeah. But, there are other projects that will need to get done down the line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was fortunate to buy a house where, they were in the mindset, because they built it, one owner, 1964, when they used real materials, real wood, real everything. Yeah. And so, and it wasn't, if it wasn't broken, they didn't fix it. It's sort of, so, cosmetically, it needed some updates, but, I had beautiful hardwood floors, and I just refinished them. And, the walls and ceilings were great, so I just painted them. The cabinets were really great,
real wood. Yeah.
Real wood. I just painted them because they had painted them. So, it wasn't, ruining them in the sense. But, I tried to keep some of the charm and some of the character and stuff, with some of the wood paneling. It's my lounge. It's my lounge. But I took down the wood paneling going up the stairs because it was just piece of paneling on the finished wall.
I think you did the right thing there. When you moved in, you were like, I'm not going to take it off right away because I might like it.
I didn't take it off, so it took me about a month to do that work, so electrical work and stuff like that. And then I moved in, and on the day that we were moving in, Mark McNamara looked at the wall and he goes, so what are your thoughts on this now? And I said, you know what? I was really thinking about taking it down because it just feels a little dark when you first walk in. He's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, are you sure? I said, yeah. And he's like, all right. And he ripped it down.
Yeah. And you took it down probably in one piece. Like, okay, well, that was way easier than I thought it was.
The painter was there a couple days later and we was just like, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. There you go. Didn't even charge us.
The paneling is gone.
Yeah, paneling's gone. Everything's good. So, and I'm glad I did that. But for me, like, and I sort of say this to people too, like, you sort of have to live in the space for a minute, like, to sort of realize. And right now, I'm definitely living in a space where I don't have much furniture, so I'm taking my time to be like, oh, this makes sense for me to have a couch here or a chair here. This is where I put my TV and stuff like that. So, you just live in the space for a minute.
Yes, enjoy your space, But again, in reality, when you're a buyer in this market right now, you are probably going to have to do a project or two.
Yeah.
You're not going to move in ready.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying
brand
new construction. Or you're in that marketplace. We were at a house yesterday. Jim and I went out. They were a couple that were looking at our new construction home in Hanson.
Yeah.
And the wife was like, she's like, I really didn't think I was going to love it this much. They really loved the new house in Hanson. We had got an offer on it. It wasn't them. But they have a really adorable house. It's a Cape, and they've done a lot of upgrades to it. The floors, they painted their cabinets.
Yeah.
So they're at that point now that it's like, do we stay?
Yeah.
And do the basement, put on an addition? Is it going to be worth our while? Or do we take what we've invested in? Do we buy something relatively newer? And they really don't. If they're going to do projects, they want to stay where they are. If they don't, he doesn't necessarily want to do projects in the next house. But unfortunately, there's not a lot out there. If it's not new construction, then more than likely it's going to require at least.
Well, you know what?
Projects.
Good for them for like sort of being in a position where they're like, okay, should we buy new construction so we don't have to do those projects, or should we make improvements to our house now to make it to what we want? So they're not necessarily. Yes, they're out there like looking, but they're looking at new construction. So
I think they realize,
it's like. If they were looking at resales, like, I don't know if they would get what they would want.
Jim and I looked the other night, just like, let's see what's out there let's see what their house is worth. What do we think we can put their house on the market for, so that they can take a chunk of money and put it into something new. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. Nothing in the towns that they wanted to be in. There was really nothing in the towns they didn't want to be in.
Yeah.
We were looking and I'm like, there is no house that's better than what they already have that doesn't need a ton of work. So if you're you might as well stay and maybe put an addition on, and then it will become your forever home. Or at least for the next, as he said, it's going to be our home if we do these changes and we put a breezeway with a 2-car garage and a room over, or do the basement over, we're staying.
Yeah.
And then we will just sell it when I retire. We'll sell the home. So it will become their forever home. So what was not your forever home might very well.
Yeah, it might very well. I know someone's already asked me, like, oh, are you going to do this and that? And I'm like,
what? I just got through the door.
I have to settle for a minute. I don't have a garage. So somebody had asked me, like, oh, well, you're thinking about doing a garage, or like, on the other side of the house.
Yeah, I do think you have enough room over there too.
But I think I do too. Yeah. But I was like, well, if I put a garage over there, then then I'd have to rearrange, because my 2 bedrooms are on that side, and I'm like, oh, maybe we could do detach. I'm like, I need to buy silverware first.
Yeah. You still don't have silverware?
I still don't have silverware. No.
Sharon was buying you silverware last time we talked. I was like, get that girl a spoon.
My birthday's February 19th, so I'm hoping that February 19th I have silverware. But no, I am going furniture shopping next Sunday.
Oh, super. I love furniture shopping day.
I have to plan these things, so I don't get much free time. So
Where's your furniture shopping experience?
I think I'm going to start at Jordan's on the clearance, the first floor.
I love that clearance floor.
Yeah.
There is always some great stuff.
I'm going to try Jordan's. I don't really know. What's the other one?
Bernie
and Phil's. Yeah, something like that. I just want like a small little sectional for my living room, like a small little sectional, not super small, but with the chaise. I don't know how to say the word.
I love the chaise.
Yeah.
Ours have the seat that have.
So I want like a 3-seater and then the chaise.
Yes,
you know,
very nice. For Zoe,
so I guess
of course,
not super small, but
it'll be for Zoe.
For Zoe,
you will own that.
Yeah, she'll dominate the house. She's the mayor of my house, and I did not vote for her.
And I am but a subject.
Yeah, I am her assistant.
I am the subject of a rule.
Yeah.
I've been reading the fairy book too long.
Oh yeah. Before we went live on air, we were talking about audiobooks. I'm listening to my first audiobook,
and it's.
I like to hold the books and stuff, but yeah, I'm reading The Paris Apartment, or listening to The Paris Apartment.
And my daughter got me to read the which seems to be the TikTok book of the year book series, A Court of Thorn and Roses. And I'm not that type of person at all. Yeah. So Taylor started it at Christmas, so she's home and she's like, Mom, you really got to read this. She's like, let's read it together, and let's do it together. So I'm like, fine. Yeah. I thought I'll read the first book.
Yeah.
Book number 3, chapter number 30, I'm on. So not only did I blow through the first book, I blew through the second book, and I am now on the third book. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, it is. It is quite good. It's just true fantasy, but I'm shocked that I. Yeah. But I have my new eyes too.
Yeah, you do. I have new eyes. She's got new eyes.
I got new eyes. I got my cataracts taken care of, and now the world is a much brighter place. Yeah. Like this studio is like on fire right now.
I know, that's why I get so hot in here.
It's so bright. But I can't go anywhere without my glasses now, and it's just I'm really having a hard time getting used to the close-up, being able to like read. Yeah, but distance is great.
Distance is great.
Yeah, distance is really great.
Okay, so kitchen remodels. Remodels. Here's the thing. I guess I don't know how we want to approach this, but like to do, to not to do, and I'm gonna sound like an attorney. It depends. It depends on what your like. What's your process? Like, what's your thought process here? Like, I would never suggest putting in a new kitchen if you were going to sell your house right away.
No.
It's just a waste of money. You're not going to get dollar for dollar back.
No. Again, that's a short game.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, and the thought is, but I know that I'm going to make more money when I go to sell it if I put a new kitchen in. But in the long run, you're going to spend a lot of money on that kitchen. Are you actually going to get, realistically, you are in the $50,000 category. And I think I'm being very on the low end of a kitchen remodel. By the time you do appliances and everything else, you're probably closer to 75, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But so in the long game, yes, over a period of time, if you're thinking, I'm going to be staying here for the next, I'd say 5 years is probably a good breaking point. You're going to put in a new kitchen. We're going to retire and we'll sell our home 5 years from now. Yes, I think you will absolutely reap the benefit of putting in a new kitchen and get your money back on it.
Yeah.
But going in, if you're thinking of selling within a year and putting in a brand new kitchen, now you're taking the control out, even though the buyer is like, oh, I don't have to do it. But it's a taste thing.
Yeah.
So at that point,
well, now you're also running the risk of designing something that's very on trend, and trends come and go.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And doing it in your particular style and taste, which might be different from
a lot potential
of other
buyer.
People. Yeah, a lot of potential other people.
Buyer.
So
small changes to kitchens. Yeah, if you have. If you're not a solid surface countertop, and let's say you have a Formica countertop or whatever, then I think putting in a countertop would be worth your while in the short game, because that I think you would get money back on. But ripping out your entire kitchen, putting in new cabinets and putting in new appliances and everything else, that's just you have to. Yeah, it's kind of like doing hardwood floors.
Somebody had also asked me. If I was going to get new appliances for my kitchen. So, like, the seller left the fridge for me, which is in great condition. And it's just one person. It's just me. I don't have much food.
And it works.
But I need to do my kitchen over one day. So, and I would hope that that's sort of in like my 5-year goal, like to do my kitchen, because there's some things that like I definitely want to do to it. And, but it's in great shape. It works right now. Yeah. Like there's nothing wrong with my kitchen. It's just not my style. So I've done the cabinets and the hardware and stuff like that and made it fine now. But, my goal in 5 years is to do the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And you will get your money. And kind of going back to the house we looked at yesterday, his big thing was, do I want to put on a 2-car garage with a room up over? Do you think I will get that money back when I go to sell it years from now? I'm like, I absolutely, no doubt that you would get your money back. And you're also going to get 10 years worth of use out of it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
a
the
value on that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to spend X amount of dollars.
But you're going to live in it.
But you're going to live in it for 10 years.
And it's what you want. That's the difference. Yes. And you're going to enjoy it. You're going to reap it. And then I do think when you go to sell it, you're going to get your money back.
Ginny Wandell, who's a full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate, is watching us. Hi. She said, seems like this is the time of year for project and planning. Love your discussion. As realtors, we have so many resources right in our contact list, / carpenters, electricians, etc., etc. We also have a plumber on hand. So use your realtor friend as the helpers for connecting to get home ready for spring. And if you need to And if you need to sell or want to consider a move, let us be your guides.
Nice.
With a heart.
Oh.
She'll be here for coffee and conversations later on today.
There we go.
But yeah, I know we're coming up on our break really shortly, but, it's just... I'm gonna sound like an attorney for the remaining half of it. It's like
I will be the devil's advocate here.
It depends, like if you're gonna live in the space, why not? Yeah. But if your plan is to move in the short term, no. Unless it's falling apart or unless it's just not habitable, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
but does it really matter that you don't have quartz countertops? No,
because the person coming in is going to take that potential and make it their own. It's not your job to give your buyer.
Yeah, you could paint the cabinets.
I mean, it has to look aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, if your stove's not working, maybe replace
that's probably
the stove.
Good. Yeah,
replace the stove.
Yeah, that has to.
Your fridge door fell off. I don't know. Coming up with these scenarios.
The oven door comes off and you have to put it outside.
Yeah, you have,
working appliances are a big
When you
thing.
said that, I've just thought in my head like a wall oven not working or like something not working. Then, maybe, but it might be a trickle. So it's like, if one's not working, do you get a whole set type of thing?
Right. And then it's matching and so these are the...
It should be matching, but whatever. Because someone will say, oh, and then they don't sell that line anymore because that'll happen.
Yep, that'll happen. And you like to have everything, like I might have all the little red knobs and I like all my little red knobs to match.
It might not make it anymore.
That's right.
But we are going to take a quick break. Again, you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I'm here with full-time realtor Tracy Grady. Hello. But we will be right back to continue this discussion.
Let's face it, we all get to the point in our lives when our current home no longer suits our everyday needs. With ever-changing living dynamics, addressing your future is all about right-sizing. Finding the right size home for you right now. Are you having difficulty with navigating multiple levels in your home? Are you finding that yard work is taking up all of your free time? Do the home maintenance projects seem never-ending? Let us help you find the right size for you right now. I'm Sharon McNamara, the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Let's face it, we all get to the point in our lives when our current home no longer suits our everyday needs. With ever-changing living dynamics, addressing your future is all about right-sizing. Finding the right size home for you right now. Are you finding yourself in an unexpected circumstance? Are you worried about a loved one living alone? Does multi-generational living make the most sense for you? Let us help you find the right size for you right now. I'm Sharon McNamara, the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team, or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000.
We now return to Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services on 95.9 WATD.
And we are back. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Again, my name is Melissa Wallace. I'm joined live and in studio by my sidekick today, Tracy Grady, full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate with her husband, Jim, making up the Grady team. And you won some awards.
We won some awards.
You won some awards this year. You know, top producing teams and volumes and sales. So, we're having a luncheon. We're spending Valentine's Day together.
Yes, we are.
Although I have a couple people who's trying to push it a week because Matt Mahoney, who is our number one agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate in 2023 in volume and in sales, is going to be in, I think, the Bahamas or Aruba or something with his wife. So everyone's like, he's the top producer. You might so we might not. We might
if we're going to push it, can we push it to a Thursday so it's not a Wednesday? Because I got to work at night. So we're going to push it.
We will take all consideration.
If we're taking consideration to have Matt with us, can we? If we're going to push it a week, can we push it a week and a day?
Oh yeah, I will look into that for you.
That would be awesome.
Okay, good.
I mean, it wouldn't stop me. I'm still coming, but
I'd like to have a cocktail.
I'd like to be able to enjoy myself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, so we talked about kitchen, bathrooms.
I mean, they're all pricey and they're all expensive, and again, well worth doing. People still look at kitchens and baths, but as a seller and getting your house ready, don't overspend in the short game.
Yeah.
If this is a long-term thing, like I'm planning to sell my house 5 to 10 years down the line, or like our client yesterday that we talked to is like, well, if we stay here, we wouldn't move until I retire.
Yeah.
I said, well, I think anything you do between now and when you retire is going to be well worth doing, and you will get your money back on it. So, additions you're going to get your money back. It's just not a short game. The other part of not the short game is the fact that so many people bought houses during COVID and spent probably more money because money was cheap at the time because interest rates were so low. That's not a short game either. That isn't, you might not get the money you put into it back. So you kind of have to wait the market out until, you get a little equity back into it because you spent more. And I understand it. The competition was huge. People tossed big money out there.
Yeah.
And money was cheap.
Well, we also have to consider the fact that there are people who have really, really, really low interest rates right now. So why would they move type of thing? They're going to make these adjustments and modifications to their home so they can sort of grow in place or, make it what they want, because honestly, there's not a lot out there. So they're probably not going to find exactly what they're looking for. Yeah, I mean, I did not find exactly. I never in a million years thought I would buy a raised ranch. I didn't want one.
Yep.
There I am.
There you are,
loving it.
And then you kind of reconsider. You go into these homes and you're like, I get a lot of space for.
I have a lot of space for one person and one cat.
Yeah.
More room for her. Yeah.
I mean, there had to be a reason that they built them. I remember growing up in Brockton, and I lived in a Cape, but we were surrounded by the Campanelli neighborhoods, which are all on slab.
Yeah.
They all had the heaters in the kitchen. But there was a development that had gone in probably when I was like in elementary school, and it was all split levels.
Oh.
They were like palaces to us. We were like,
I'd imagine.
This is the biggest house.
You have a basement?
You have stairs that go down to a basement. You have stairs that go up, and you have all this space.
Yeah.
You just felt like
that's how I feel. Yeah. And you've been in my house, and the even like the addition off of the kitchen like really makes the space upstairs. It's like an additional living space. I call it my lounge. But it gives just if I didn't have that, I would probably think upstairs was a little bit too small, because I would be like,
have that one living space.
Yeah, one living space. But now I'm like, oh yeah, I have another room. Oh yeah, I have this. But you know, there was a family there before me. You know, they raised 3 kids in that house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a decent sized house, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
what am I going to do with all this space?
I'm telling you, yeah. Fill
it with cats.
Exactly. I'm going to fill it with a bunch of cats. Animals, cats. Oh, my God, we showed a house last week, and there was a rabbit in the house. I swear to God, the rabbit was the same size as Edna. The rabbit had to have been like 60 pounds. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, Sharon's watching. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Sharon.
She said, good morning, ladies. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean...
split-level home. I mean, they built a lot of split-level homes during the 70s. 80s, and they are homes that it's exactly what they were built for families.
Yeah, I was just going to ask. I'd imagine they'd probably be for because people were having more kids, maybe.
Yep, people were having more kids, and I think it was so cutting. I remember thinking when I went into Lynn Kennedy's house, she would have no idea who I am now, but I was like, oh, this is like a palace. This is like a palace.
I hope people think of that when they go into my
that's what they think when they go in your house.
This is a palace.
Well, I grew up in a Cape, and our bathroom for 4 children, 2 adults was the size of a closet.
Yeah.
And I had the chance to go back into my parents' house in the past couple of years. It was on the market.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
They've done a lot of renovations?
No. None.
Oh.
My mother's wallpaper was still up in the bathroom, the blue bathroom that she had. Nothing had changed. It was like a time capsule.
Wow.
Even the stove
freaky for you?
was so strange. We stood in the kitchen. My sister was with me. We were in town, and I called the agent. I'm like, oh, can I get in? So we went in. And I'm standing in the kitchen. I look at my sister, and I said, there are no drawers in this kitchen. There are no drawers. Cabinets. Yes. No, I said, where did the silver... What did we do? Like, how did we live? We looked at each other.
How did we live here?
But there was a Rubbermaid drawer that my mother had put in underneath the cabinet, and it was a Rubbermaid drawer.
It was still there?
It was still there. The flare stove was still there, and the burners, you pulled them out from underneath, and then you'd push them in so that they didn't get in the way. It was an electric stove.
Well, I was watching a TikTok. This is still having to do with real estate, okay? I was watching a TikTok the other day, and it was like, oh, they just don't make appliances like they used to. Like, why are we making them harder to use? And they opened a refrigerator, and like the drawers, like they swung out, and like it was like a Lazy Susan almost. So like, and then they had a butter warmer inside the fridge. Like it had all these things, and I was like, wow.
I love that idea, though. I would love a butter warmer. But they
had like all these things in this fridge from like the 70s or like whatever, and I was like, how come they don't do these things anymore?
Yeah. That's nuts, because that's brilliant.
Put a butter warmer back into the fridge, okay?
Put a butter warmer. I got a towel warmer for my birthday. So you can put 2 full-size towels, and it warms them up so that you can... I'm like, I love this idea.
That's so great.
Yeah, towel warmer. So, yeah, that would definitely help you with your sale of your house and doing projects and what have you.
Yeah.
So, kitchens and bathrooms, people, they are the ones, but yeah.
What do you think about outdoor landscaping?
Yeah, to me, it's big, and I feel like that's always, we do a lot of new construction, and I always feel like it gets to the end of the project, and that's where, you're going to see it. I mean, people really look at the landscaping and what it looks like aesthetically pleasing, and it's definitely worth your time to, fix your landscaping, have your yard cleaned, raked, what have you, but the landscaping is big, and that's what people see. People don't see what goes in the walls. They see what the house looks like from the outside. So I think it's really important.
I think it's money sort of well spent.
Yes.
Even if you are planning to move, like it's very much, it's the first impression.
Yep.
Patio,
putting in a patio, absolutely. If you've been thinking about putting in a patio, it's definitely worth your time and effort to spend some time outside in the yard to make it look, pleasing.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, do a patio if you want, but like I wouldn't build like, a huge, like, I don't know. I think I'm going back to the deck. I'm going back to like a deck. Yep. So like if it was structurally not sound, I would do something about that. Yep. If it is fine the way that it is, it might need a little updating or whatever. leave it or power wash it or something.
We had a tree fall on ours.
Yeah.
So it was perfect timing to put on a new deck.
Yeah.
So, it was insurance covered because the tree hit the deck and knocked it off. So
Yeah.
it was well worth. But would we have done that?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
Not if the tree hadn't fallen on. No, probably not. But again, if it's going into disrepair, and ours was pretty much, it was getting there. Like there was a part of it that we had to lift it up and put a brick. So, that's something if we were getting ready to put our house on the market, we would have had to fix that. So,
yeah, you would have had to fix the fact that there was a tree in your house.
Well, that part, definitely. For the tree. Yeah, the tree, we couldn't have sold it with the tree in the side of the house.
And you get a free tree inside your house.
And you get a free tree. It's ready for Christmas every year.
Yeah. You could be one of those people that keeps the Christmas tree up, but you decorate it for each holiday.
Yes. That is not ever. No.
That's not what we're doing.
No, and that's not ever going to be me. Pretty much. But yes, outdoor landscaping, super important.
Yeah.
The way people pull up to your house, it's really important.
Yeah, it's the first impression. And especially, we talked about this during COVID, because a lot of people would have to wait outside. We had regulations where there was only a certain amount of people that could be in the house. So they're really taking a look at the exterior of your house.
I probably walked around more houses.
Yeah,
multiple
walked around
times.
More houses than I did inside.
Inside. Yeah, because you were only in the house for that short amount of time during COVID that you're you've got about 5 minutes to decide whether you want to spend $500,000. Go.
Yeah.
So you spend a lot of time walking around, looking at the roof, looking at the back. Power washing, I think, is a big...
Power wash,
makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference. You can go from a greenhouse to a White House.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're like, wow, this deck looks 100%
my house is
better.
white. Yeah. I would definitely spend the money on a power wash or just giving it a good clean. And even in the inside, to do or not to do, have your house cleaned.
Yeah. And again, and I know I've said this on multiple shows, one of the hardest things to do as a real estate agent is to walk into somebody's house and critique it.
Yeah.
And clean is probably one of the hardest things to talk about. Do we expect you to live like this every single day? No. But do buyers look to see if your house is clean? They sure do. So spend the money, have the deep clean done, take it off the list. Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
They're not saying that you're messy or that your house doesn't meet a certain standard. Your agent is trying to help you sell your house, and they're going to be bluntly honest and do the deep clean.
Yeah.
Because it matters. People see what you don't think they're going to see.
Yeah.
Molding, woodwork.
Yes.
Dirt.
The cobweb dirt stuff.
Yeah. People do look. You don't think they are because it's such a minor thing. I love my house; it's so pretty, and I live in. But people look at things like that, and you don't think it is, but it's really important.
Yeah,
don't take it personally. Just do the deep clean. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it.
I think we're doing our Five Senses show some point in the next couple of weeks, but it's not just the first impression of the outside, it's the first impression of the inside. So if it's not so clean or it doesn't smell so nice, that's an impression that you're leaving on that person.
The client yesterday that we went to the house, he says, I remember coming into this. I showed it to somebody else who didn't obviously buy it. I showed the house, and he was saying that he's like, do you remember the smell? And I'm like, I do remember the smell. And he's been in this house for a solid 4 or 5. He remembered the smell, and we both remembered the colors on the wall. I said, you guys did a great job. You painted it. It's really neutral now, and it's really pretty. But I remember the colors on the wall being very bright. That is another...
Well, it catches your eye. It's just very much, like I said, it's the first impression that sort of...
And again, I wouldn't spend a ton of money on painting. Smoke is another one. If you have a smoker in the house, it's a really great idea to throw a coat of paint up. Yeah. That was Sharon's tip to me, actually, when one of the first houses I sold, it definitely was a smoker's house. And I'm like, I think you need to throw... And what a change it made. Just throwing up a quick coat of paint on a couple of walls, not even the whole house, changed the whole vibe of the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you should be washing walls, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Well, I'm just saying, so I moved, everyone knows that I lived with Mary and Sam while I was, on my home search journey, and I when I moved out, I went back and I shampooed the carpet, and I washed all the walls, and I just washed everything, and they're like, it's fine. I go, no, I'm like a tenant moving out of my apartment.
I want to make sure I get my security deposit.
They're like, oh, we didn't even have like anything in writing. And even me, I'm a non-smoker, but you could see that the walls needed to be washed.
You don't think about the invisible things.
Yeah.
Hairspray.
Yeah.
Mousse. Perfume.
Yeah.
Things that you put...
Candle.
Candle is brutal.
Well, yeah, so I had a candle, like I always kept my candle like in the corner or whatever, but like I noticed, okay, it's a little dark on the ceiling over there.
Yeah.
So I got up and I washed the ceiling and I washed the corner. I'm like, oh my God, like this is from my candle.
Yeah, you don't even notice it. We noticed it when we had we have a gas fireplace now, but we had like a real wood-burning fireplace. You look up at the ceiling, and there were lines on the on the ceiling, and I never really, because you're living with it every day.
Yeah,
you don't see it. It happens so slowly that you don't see it. And Jim pointed it out one day, and I'm like, oh my God, I never even saw that.
Yeah.
So, paint your ceilings. That's another big one. Paint your ceilings.
Do you have someone who comes and cleans your house?
No.
Interesting.
No, I would. Yeah, no.
That is. You have a nice size house, so must take a while.
I have and I cannot take any credit for it, and I know he's listening, so I cannot.
Oh, it's Jim.
It's Jim.
Jim cleans the house.
Jim does the laundry.
Oh.
Jim does most of the cleaning in the house.
Jim does the cleaning.
I got a new vacuum, though, for my birthday from my kids, and don't think that's a bad thing because I asked for it, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it's a Dyson, and I'm sorry. I'm plugging it. It's a Dyson 8000. I don't know what it is. It's not an 8000. It's a something. But it almost sucks the rug up.
Yeah.
Always make sure your vacuum has the proper amount of suction.
Yes.
This one has the perfect amount.
They're great. I have one at home. Yeah.
It's crazy good.
I have a vacuum too.
Oh, do you have I'm sorry.
I have a vacuum. We all have vacuums, okay?
So, yes. But yes, no, we do not have a house cleaner. No. We have had them in the past.
Yeah.
But
but you have a Jim.
I have Jim, who is amazing. I got home last night and I had mussels already prepared for me, like mussels in a
life.
In a butter wine sauce, like some bread to dip it in. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
Wow, what a life!
I know. I'm spoiled.
That's so great, Jim.
But no. But would if I was going to put my house on the market, I would absolutely do a deep clean.
Yeah.
I would have somebody come in and do, the things that you just don't think of.
Yeah. Cleanliness is great.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah. And these aren't even, we're not even talking about home improvement type things. We're just talking about the basic stuff. But yes, I do think additions are well
to do or not to do basics. Clean.
Yeah, clean. Yeah,
clean. You want to enhance your living space. You want to, and in reality, it is going to increase your value because people are going to be able to see certain things. They're going to see the beautiful built-ins. They're going to see the beautiful floors, the windows. They're going to see these things when they're clean, and it brings attention to them because it also brings attention to them when they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they don't see the beautiful features of your home, they're not going to want to buy it.
It's like the declutter. It's the whole declutter.
Yeah,
it kind of goes back to that. And we've been out with buyers recently, so I've been looking. Was it a week ago? I think we did 5 houses in one day, and we went from Abington to Scituate to Rochester, back up to Plymouth, back to this neck of the woods. So we looked at everything.
Yeah.
And there were just some houses out there that we were so excited to look at. Like from the outside, it fit the bill, the price was right. And then we walked in and it was like, wow, this needs a lot of work. And there was just a lot of stuff everywhere. So it took your eye away from there are really nice hardwood floors here, but you can barely see them because there was so much stuff that you couldn't appreciate it. And then, we just kind of looked at each other like, wow, I really wanted you guys to make an offer on this house because it really fit your bill, but it was going to take so much work to get it there that it just didn't seem to make sense.
Sharon says people call Mark because they think their boiler backfired. It's the candles.
Oh, Yeah, it's absolutely the candles.
The candles.
And those candles, you got to be really careful.
Oh. I'm going to call her out. Mary will light a candle and downstairs, and then she'll go upstairs for the next 5 hours. Why? Why'd you light the candle? First
Mary,
off,
don't light the candle.
You have 2 dogs. At the time, you had 2 cats that are very interested in fire. What are you doing? I'm calling her out.
I'm calling you out.
You can't do that.
No, Candy needs to be with you.
I do want to touch upon, so we only have a couple minutes left, about 8 minutes left in the show. You do have open houses to sort of go over, but, while we're doing the to do or not to do, the pros and cons, doing it yourself.
Oh. Okay.
Hire a professional or do it yourself.
I think I've got a very handy husband. He can pretty much build whatever he visualizes in his brain. So yes, I do. I trust him. I worked for the building department for 13 years. Do not do your own electrical work. Yeah. Do not do your own plumbing work. Yeah. You need a licensed contractor to do that.
Yeah.
Who should pull a permit so that it's on record to do that.
Yeah.
And I know there are people out there who are like, oh, but I'm really good with it. Yeah. If something happens, you will be liable for that. And just use a licensed plumber, a licensed electrician.
Yeah.
As far as contract work goes, don't bite off more than what you think you're capable of. I would generally say you're better off using a contractor for additions and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Start with an easy project. Start with something. I mean, if you think you're handy, start with an easy project. Jim built a toy box in our house, and we still use it like all the time. It's like a sitting area that you can sit on. So that was a great project.
Isn't that in your living room? That
family room? Yeah.
Corner thing?
Corner thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
nice.
Yep. Built that. So, yes, I think you are capable. People can be their own home contractor, but don't bite off more than what you're capable of doing, because then you're just creating a mess.
Yeah.
That will end up costing you way more money to fix.
I'm exhausted breaking down all the cardboard boxes in my house, let alone I would never build anything, and I know that about myself. So, I'm in. It's interesting because, like, Mark, obviously is sort of a go-to person for me and a lot of people.
Super handy. Yeah.
And, I say to him, like, I'll learn. Like, I don't want you to necessarily do it all. And I say this to anybody, like, I'll learn. I'm happy to learn it.
Right.
But, like, the chances of me doing it on my own, like, after the fact, probably are slim. But, like, at least I know in case I'm in a bind.
Right. How to fix something.
How to fix something, But, like, he came over. I have 2, spouts outside, Spigots outside. And, he showed me where to shut the water off there. And then you got to do this. And you got to do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll do that.
Yeah. See?
Now I learned that.
Yep.
But am I going to build, my built-ins somewhere, or like build some furniture? Probably not. I know Jim loves to build things, so
Jim's a builder.
He's a builder, so he'll come over and he'll build some stuff for me. But
yeah, we didn't build our deck. Limits. We hired somebody to build our deck. We didn't.
I know my limits.
Could Jim have done it? Yeah, probably. But it would have taken a serious amount of time.
Yeah.
I mean, time is another thing too. Like, these projects you're doing them like a part-time thing, so
because you're probably working as well.
You're probably working and like, I can do it on the weekends, but
or I'm going to take time off to do it. It's like, well, wouldn't you want to take time off to enjoy life?
Yeah, and I'm all for. I mean, and Jim does do a lot of projects, but there are just certain things that, like roofing. No. We attempted to paint. We're a perfect candidate for this. When our house was the dark gray color, we attempted to paint it ourselves a couple of times. We did it in sections. We did it in the summertime. Jim's brother Skip is a wonderful painter, so he came by and he kind of helped us out too. But we could not stay ahead. We could not get it done because it was just a mammoth project. So could we have done it? Yes. We attempted to do it a few times. We hired a professional. And it looks amazing. I mean, it's just...
Your house is white now.
It's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, we changed it.
It used to be
white.
gray?
Dark gray. Dark gray with a cream trim.
Was I ever there when it was dark gray?
Yeah.
I was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Yeah, because it's only
probably at nighttime.
Yeah, that's true. It probably was at nighttime.
Test.
Well, I'm going to have to show you my comparison pictures.
Yeah,
because it was like a
to.
dark gray, but it was very hard to keep up because we had direct sunlight on the house.
Oh,
so it faded so quickly. So it's very important when you're picking a color for your house, how much sun are you getting on your house? Because it will change it and fade it right out.
Yeah, I helped Mary and Sam paint the in-law attached to their house.
Okay.
Because it was like pre-dipped or whatever. So it wasn't actually painted.
Right. It had a stain on it.
So stain on it. So we painted it, but we did that in a couple days and stuff. But that was something that was easy for us. It was just an addition, but their entire house, when they decided to paint it, I was like, I'm out.
2 stories, anything, and Jim's like, I'm not going up that ladder. There's no way you're getting me up that ladder to
not getting up that ladder.
No. So
we only have a couple minutes left. I want to give you an opportunity to plug your open houses that you have for this weekend.
Yep, we're doing 2 open houses, one today, 11 to 12:30, and again tomorrow, same time, 11 to 12:30 at 719 Ferry Street in Marshfield. Beautiful colonial. It's much further along than the one in Hanson, so it does have insulation and heat. So it's lovely inside. It's a beautiful home. It is on for $1.29999. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-car under, whole house generator, hardwood floors throughout the entire house, upgraded bathrooms, cabinets, countertop. It's just stunning. So go visit Jim. He's going to be there today and tomorrow from 11 to 12:30.
Oh,
that's our
no date day?
No date day.
No date day. Okay. Usually you do a little date thing. Oh,
anybody else have open houses? Are we just? It's the
Tracy, this is your music. The Grady Bunch.
Your music.
Grady Bunch.
Yes, we do have a couple other open houses. So Sharon and Mary, again, every Saturday and Sunday they're at Cushing Trails in Hanson from 10 to 12. Those are 40 townhouses. Again, that's in Cushing Trails in Hanson. And then they are also at Cochise Estates in West Bridgewater from 11 to 3 every Saturday and Sunday. I don't. They used to do a commuter, but now they don't. But I mean, their open houses are so long, and now it's the winter because there's no sun out.
Yeah, because there's no sun outside.
But Cochise Estates in West Bridgewater, I think there's 92, homes over there. So they're single families and townhouses, condos over there. So, but you can find all of that information about our open houses on BostonConnect.com. How can people get in touch with you, Tracy?
If anybody needs to reach me, you can reach me at 617-620-8484, or you can email me at Tracy, Tracy, at BostonConnect.com.
Yes. And you'll be back.
I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Yeah,
actually, be back in a couple of weeks. I don't know what we're talking about, but again, hopefully we stayed on topic a little bit.
I think we stayed on better than we normally do.
I'm gonna go listen to kazoo.
I'm gonna go listen to
music.
Queen kazoo music.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody kazoo. Check it out. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tracy, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And Tim, a pleasure as always.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. You too, ladies. Look forward to having you back, Tracy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
It's nice to be back. Again, you can go to BostonConnect.com to find all of our contact information, and you can get in touch with Tracy and Jim. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine?